Good morning, and welcome to Interfaith Spiritual Center Worldwide, where we believe there's a power for good in the universe greater than we are, and we can use it, and we are using it every single day of our lives. And that is why I love our way of life. Interfaith Ministries Worldwide, we have no creed but love. Love one another as I have loved you. And we have no doctrine but the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So as I welcome you this morning, as I acknowledge this power, this presence, this energy, as we move in to the spirit of love, that is our December theme. Today's topic is the spirit of life. And as you know, we go within, we do a spiritual treatment. I want to acknowledge our viewing audience, our virtual community. We always love to know where you're from. If you have any prayer requests, please post them. Our miracle working ministry of prayer is amazing. And as we open this space this morning to allow God to do what God does best by means of each and every one of us who heard the call and answered, we step in to that miracle this morning, the miracle of love. So let's take a deep cleansing breath all the way down to the soles of our feet. Breathe in the good, the true, and the beautiful, whatever you conceive that to be for you. This is the day the Lord hath made. Let us consciously choose to rejoice and be glad in it. It is a gift from God. And what we make of this thing called life is our gift back to God. So breathing in and breathing out, letting go and letting God do what God does best by means of each and every one of us who heard the call and answered. Before they call, I will answer. And while they're yet speaking, I will hear. So this morning we acknowledge that all paths that lead to God are good. That right now somewhere in the world a Jew is saying her prayers, a Hindu is chanting a mantra, and a Buddhist is kneeling at her sacred shrine. Right now, at this very moment, someone is lighting a candle in a cathedral. Someone is making their Hajj toward Mecca, for it is the will of Allah. And yet someone else is lighting a fire in a jungle, repeating an ancient mystical drama. Many, many pathways up the mountaintop, and the view is always the same from the summit. In the dawning of the spiritual sun, for a moment all faiths became as one. The Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, Jew became as one and somehow knew that mystic voice that calls to me, oh, yonder, yonder person, I am thee. We are one. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. And that life is our life right here and right now. It truly is nearer than our breathing, closer than hands and feet. It is the life of our life. It is the essence of our being. This moves beyond color, race, creed, sexual orientation, and political affiliation. Our God is one and all-inclusive. So this morning, we seek first the kingdom of God, knowing that all good things are added unto us, that mentally and emotionally we are in perfect peace. Our mind is stayed on thee. Our mind is stayed on what is life-giving and life-affirming. We build on that. Each and every one of us opens the portal of the heart and build on the energy that is moving us forward. Physically, we know that our body is the temple of the living God, of which and through whom which we do such a good work. We bless this body temple. We know that our God is bigger than any diagnosis. And let us affirm this morning and declare that which needs to be healed is healed. That which needs to be revealed is revealed. That which needs to be known is known. And that which needs to be released is released. Quickly, gently, and with grace. For eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither hath entered into the heart of humanity the things which God hath prepared for them that love. Love being the strongest healing power in the universe. If we could love enough, we would be the strongest, most powerful being on the planet. You are as close to God as I am ever going to get. And I am as close to God as you are ever going to get. And if I am in that place in me and you are in that place in you, there truly is only one of us. Let us forever embrace the one great artist who painted my portrait on the soft canvas of your eyes. We are one. Financially, we declare God as our source. We bless every avenue and channel in which our good flows, pressed down, shaken together, and flowing over into every area of our life. For we know the same opening that we give through is the same opening that we receive through. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, that we are happy, healthy, prosperous, and free. And that does make all the difference. And so it is. Amen. I want to once again welcome you. If you're just tuning in at this moment, we know that nothing happens by chance, that everything is by a divine appointment. So if you are tuning in at this moment, this message is for you. Again, our theme is the spirit of love for the month of December. And today's topic is the spirit of life. The psalmist tells us there is a spirit within humanity, within man, within woman. There is a spirit within us, and the breath of the Almighty hath given us life and understanding. So in this spirit of life, where we come together to acknowledge energetically that we are one, and that we move out into life very bravely and courageously, and that we acknowledge ourselves, for we each awoke this morning. We put our foot on the floor. Did we wonder if gravity was going to be available for us? Did we worry about it? Did we go within and, look outside of ourselves? There was a faith, wasn't there, that we would step out after taking our first conscious breath, and gravity would be there for each and every one of us. That the spirit of life lives and moves and has its being at the center of this one life. And that we're going to experience the gamut of all of life. We're going to experience the joys, the sorrows, the laughter, the tears. That's all part of the human condition. And as our humanness gives way to the divine, the Christ consciousness arises triumphant and victorious. The holy Buddha nature arises triumphant and victorious. The holy I am presence arises within us, triumphant and victorious. We are in the world to have our experience. We are in the world to fulfill our destiny. And that when we say yes to life, life has already said yes to us, each and every one of us. There is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful Chinese legend. And it's about a woman who lost her son, and he had died, and she was heartbroken. She was devastated, as one may well know. And so she went to the village holy men, and she said, "Oh, dear holy men, tell me what I can do to re-enliven my son and bring him back. Is there an incantation? Is there a chant? Is there a prayer that I can say? Please tell me what to do." Now, the holy man, who was very wise, he did not say, "Oh, that's out of my realm to bring your son back from the other side, back from death and moving on." In our way of life, we say a transition has occurred, because energy is neither destroyed nor created. It merely changes form, doesn't it? So he didn't, try to talk her out of it. He said, there is a magic mustard seed, and this magic mustard seed can transform all of life and give life. And what you need to do is you need to go and find someone who has never, ever experienced sorrow. And when you find them, you will be given the magic mustard seed, and all things will come to life. And so she set out, judiciously knocked on a door, and she said, "Oh, dear friends, neighbors, tell me, have you ever experienced suffering? Or is your life in such a way that you have experienced only the joys of life, the pleasures of life, the beauty of life? Tell me." And they said, "Oh, no, my dear woman, we have experienced great suffering and loss." And they began to impart what they had experienced and invited her in for tea as she listened intently and compassionately. And as she bade them goodbye, she went to the next home. "Tell me, good friends, have you ever experienced suffering, or has your life been full of joy and pleasure and the beauty of life?" And they said, "Oh, no, we have experienced great suffering and loss." Invited her in and began to share of all the travails that they had experienced. And she listened intently and compassionately and bade them goodbye. And this went on for about a month. And through her travels and knocking on doors and wanting to know, have you experienced suffering? Or has your life been about the joy and the laughter and the beauty and the pleasure of life? Every single person had bade her come in, shared what they had experienced, shared their sorrow, their suffering, their tears, the angst within the heart center. And soon, the grieving for her son, what happened? It absorbed into the energy of her heart. And she realized that her son would always be with her. She realized that that energy of her son would always be part of her. She became the magic mustard seed. And we are told, if you have the faith as a grain of mustard seed, and you say to this mountain, "Remove hence," it does. Because with God, all things are possible. But with man, they are impossible, because we do grieve and we suffer and we hold on at times. But in the letting go and listening to others and serving others, the ancient Bodhisattva said that they came back to the Earth Mother with healing, helping hands, because they had received the blessing of their destiny from the former life. We come back into the marketplace, back into wherever we are in community with healing, helping hands. We become the magic mustard seed. And everyone and anyone who comes within our energy field is healed and uplifted in our presence, because we have let go and let God do what God does best by means of us, which is to extend love, to extend compassion, to extend understanding. We become that magic mustard seed. So on this beautiful morning, I'm reminded of a beautiful story about a teacher. And my late husband, he taught fifth grade, and it was in a Title I. It was a school that it was a poverty area, so to speak. However, we never uttered that, because we always saw energetically each child as a beaming ray of light with tremendous possibility. And so I love these stories about a teacher who asked her class to write down the 7 wonders of the world. And they fifth graders, they just got busy and they were writing down, the Grand Canyon and the Great Pyramids and the Panama Canal and the Great Wall of China and all of these amazing 7 wonders of the world. And they were finished, and one little girl was still writing. And the teacher said, "Dear, the class have finished now. Are you about done?" She goes, "Well, I'm still working on it, teacher." And she said, "Well, perhaps we can help you. So share with the class the 7 wonders of the world." And she wrote and shared: to see, to hear, to taste, to feel, to laugh, to love. The class became very silent. You could hear a pin drop. Not the outer beauty, of course, the seven wonders of the world, but energetically, that which is within us. To really see, blessed are they who have eyes that see, who have ears that hear, and can express the energy through a touch, a laugh, a tear, whatever it is. That energy moves out in waves of light and transforms. Because each and every one of us, we have the seven wonders within us, don't we? We are the seven wonders of the world. We are the magic mustard seed that can go out and listen to others compassionately and lovingly, so that our own sorrow may be absorbed. A great poet said that I may be worthy of my sufferings. In other words, that I may be redeemed through my sufferings, that I may be awakened through my sufferings. So then everyone and anyone who comes within my energy field is healed and uplifted in my presence. Yes, we are the seven wonders of the world. And that as we decree a thing, it is established unto us. And Jesus said it so clearly, decree a thing and it is established unto you. This throat center, this throat chakra, what? That which we utter becomes the outer. So we stand porter at the gate of our conscious mind, allowing only those things in that will forward and advance ourselves, others, and ultimately the planet. This last week on December 1st was World AIDS Day. And I posted, let's call for the healing. Let's truly call for the healing of this AIDS virus that brought us and awakened us to unconditional love and understanding. A cure is about a physical thing. A healing is spirit, mind, and body. It is total and complete. And that as we go through our own challenges and vicissitudes of life, that we open to the spirit of life and allow life to do what life does best by means of each and every one of us who heard that call this morning and answered. Before they call, I will answer. And while they're yet speaking, I will hear. Because I have ears that hear. And I utter only those things that are going to forward and advance the energy of myself, others, and ultimately the planet. And I'm going to leave you this morning with a beautiful story that was actually a true story. I lived in Coronado for many years, and I raised my daughter there. And we lived right on the ocean. We could look out and we could see that beautiful Point Loma lighthouse. And in North Island, there was a military family that came and all of the housing was taken. So they were put up in a little motel in San Diego. And the captain came. And here's, mom and dad and the 4 kids, and they're kind of crammed into this little motel room. And the captain came in, he said, I just want to offer my deepest apologies that we haven't found a home for you yet. And, he sat down, on the one chair that was available. And the little 3-year-old jumped on his lap, and she was, welcoming him into the family and all the festivities of just being together. And he said, oh dear, I'm just so sorry that we don't have a home for you yet. She goes, oh, great white eyes. We have a home. Yes, we have a home. We just don't have a house to put it in yet. Each of us, we have a home. This house, this vehicle, this body temple, what did Jesus say? Destroy this house, and in 3 days, I will build it up again. In 3 days, we have a home. The house that we put it in is our consciousness, isn't it? We become the magic mustard seed. The great 7 wonders of the world are within us, so that as we go forth into life and we feel this energy that's going before us and preparing the way, as we become a lamp unto our own feet, drawing others into our light and our energy field. Right now is the festival of Hanukkah, celebrating the festival of light, that the miracle of light, when they only had, for a few days or a few hours actually, in the light, the little lighted, wonderful little oil lamps went on for 8 days. I love the mystical element of metaphysics. I love the knowingness that we are in the world, but of a higher vibratory frequency, that we have a right to be here, that we are fulfilling our destiny, that we make the adjustments in life when we need to make the adjustments, and we hold our ground when we need to take a stand. And so to say that, we're fighting this and fighting that and fighting, drugs and fighting whatever it is out there, crime, let's not fight anything. Let's take a stand in the healing. And as we take a stand in the healing, energetically, it'll move out in waves. The light penetrates the darkness comprehendeth it not, and shadows flee away forever and ever and ever. And so it is. It's a joy to be with you this morning. We're all on a journey, aren't we? And this is also the time of Advent. And we light the Advent candles. Advent is traditionally the first Sunday after Thanksgiving. And we offer up the candle of hope and the candle of peace and comfort and love. The great Advent, the adventure of life, is here for each and every one of us to take that stand in the truth that sets us free to be who and what we are. Because we're all going somewhere. Where is it? Higher yet. Where is it? Higher yet. Where is it? Higher yet. Because we are in a high place and we will not come down. None of these outer things move us. We are in a high place and we will not come down. I say to you, namaste. The divinity within me salutes the divinity within you. And the divinity within you salutes the divinity within me. And if I am in that place in me and you are in that place in you, there is only one of us. Namaste. I say shalom, the peace that passes all understanding. And with Tiny Tim, God bless us, everyone. And so it is. And I bless our virtual community this morning. I acknowledge that we're here together in community where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name. There I am in the midst of them. And for all of you who have been donating to Interfaith Spiritual Center worldwide, our universal message of love and oneness, tipping the scales in favor of spirituality and world peace. Next week's topic is the spirit of peace. And as we move into the energy of Christmas, feeling that Christ consciousness, the coming of the cosmic Christ within each and every one of us, giving birth in the manger of our hearts and souls. And so it is. And again, I thank you. I love you. And we'll be back next week. Fleet is on a television program today, and we're just wishing him well. It's really wonderful that all these opportunities are coming up for all of us. Again, I'll see you next week, and we are going to just acknowledge this wonderful opportunity that we have to be together in community and to acknowledge that nothing happens by chance, that we're all here by divine appointment. God bless you. I love you.